Hello everyone, Cup here, and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. I had a really great match against a player with over 30,000 combat power. We faced each other a couple of times already, and each game was pretty good. So we seem to be a really good match for each other. Let's get into the game. I am starting out with Heavy Armor Specialist, with Marksman and Sledgehammers. And my opponent has Arclights and Stormcallers. Since they have Stormcallers, I'm already trying to make use of the width of my board, basically. That's why I just moved the Sledgehammers to the outside instead of inside the towers. And I'm also getting some crawlers, and I'm putting the crawlers at the very far left and very far right like that. Also, again, I usually do that against Stormcallers. Putting the sniper from the middle away, because the sniper in the middle by itself is not going to do much anyways, probably. Here we go. Opponent decided to go for some crawlers as well. Right side is getting wrecked. Kind of hard. Left side also not great. Arclights and Stormcallers usually really hard to beat round 1 in my opinion. Unless you have air, of course. Because the Arclights will just take care of crawlers and the Stormcallers will take care of everything else. And I'm picking up subsidized steel balls. Steel balls really fast, same speed as crawlers, and they take a couple of hits to die, so I like picking up steel balls against Stormcallers as well. Obviously not for the damage part. The damage against the Stormcallers is not that important, but this is early in the game. And getting steel balls early and maybe even leveling them kind of prevents the opponent from getting good giants. Or they can get giants, but then I already have steel balls to kind of counter those giants. Round giants at least. Not the overlord, of course. And I put the steel balls on the outside there, by the way, because of the Arclights. I would like them to roll up to the Arclights as quickly as possible, take them out. Maybe even block for the crawlers, and then the crawlers can come in and take care of the Stormcallers, or maybe get to the tower or something. Put the sentry at the right there, and boom, took out an Arclight, a Marksman, and all the Stormcallers there, so that was juicy. But even on the left, without the sentry, the steel balls bought quite a lot of time. And it's just Stormcallers left, and I'm taking those out as well. So steel balls worked out here. Opponent went for some Marksman, by the way. It's still round 3, so I'm picking up the extra credits. 50 extra credits a turn. Round 3 is probably the latest I would do that. Round 4, probably already not really worth it anymore. A lot of the time at least, because I don't know, my matches usually don't last that long. Either I win pretty quickly or I lose pretty quickly. More like, I don't know, maybe round 7 or something on average. My games end. And I'm picking up some more crawlers. One pack in the front there with the mobile beacon to distract the Stormcallers, and some more crawlers behind the towers so they split and come in a bit later and are annoying. My opponent went for a fortress and put heavy armor on the fortress, so it's kind of tanky. But luckily I already picked up steel balls, and steel balls definitely help with that. if they survive long enough to actually deal damage. But the fortress obviously can one-tap all the steel bolts, and it did. No more steel bolts on the right now. I was finally able to take care of all the crawlers in the middle, and now my crawlers are still there, a couple at least, and they are distracting, while my snipers can do some work. Right side, the fortress is just not dying though. Way too much HP. Taking out the left tower. And snipers and sledges slowly walking up to the stormcallers. Taking a lot of damage. Stormcallers down. Now it's just the fortress, and I'm getting the tower actually. Oh, and we both pressed the speed up button, which is kind of new. It was introduced a couple of days ago, I think. So when there are 60 seconds left, I think, the speed up button pops up in 1v1s, and yeah, if both you and your opponent press it, the game will just speed up. Anyways, I picked up the acid card and I put it in front of the fortress. And I'm putting it a bit further because I'm kind of expecting maybe my opponent to go for, I don't know, shields. Maybe shields on the fortress or just the regular $100 shields. And I want the acid to land. And acid really good, obviously, against a fortress with heavy armor, because acid does percentage-based damage. And it's actually able to kill the fortress. Again, putting the sentry there, that was so good earlier. But yeah, my opponent actually went for a shield drop. And it's good that I put the acid a bit further in the front, so it will actually still land. A lot of spectators, I noticed. Opponent actually put the shield drop on the other side, after all. But yeah, acid is down, and the fortress is walking into it. And now it's ticking down and ticking down. Acid really, really good. And boom. Level 2 fortress with heavy armor down. Acid just too good. Also acid stays for another turn. So it's not just one turn, it stays there for another turn. It's really, really good. And I'm winning this round. Purely because of the acid, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to take down the fortress quickly enough. Going for a range specialist. Additional range in general, strong, but also I want my steel balls to be more likely to lock on to targets, and especially the fortress, of course. And I'm adding some stormcallers myself, just to both deal with the opponent's stormcallers, but also it's good against arclights, good against snipers, and also decent damage against fortress. And since my opponent already has one fortress, they might go for more. And since I picked up range specialist, and if my opponent doesn't, my stormcallers will have an advantage when they fire each other eventually. And here we go. Opponent went for another fortress, and they use a mobile beacon to let the fortress kind of moonwalk around and not walk into the acid, which is really good play by my opponent. Also, I noticed someone voted for me, but I wasn't really confident in this match because I had a couple of drinks before I played. Steel bolts in the middle coming through, taking out a lot of arc lights. On the left side, snipers, 2 level 2 snipers and a pack of stormcrawlers actually working on the level 1 fortress and can take it down. On the right though, the level 2 fortress. Is it barely in the acid now? I think it is. Yeah, it's taking damage from the acid, but not quickly enough. So this was really good by my opponent, the mobile beacon, to avoid the acid. Shield device specialist. I think Shield device specialist in general is one of the stronger cards that you can get. I feel like it changes a lot of the matches. The shields just holding for longer makes a big difference. If the shields survive, and they are more likely to survive with more HP obviously, and you have them again next turn, it's such a big difference. Also, by the way, last turn already I went for mechanical division on the steel balls, so when they die crawlers spawn and the crawlers will distract. So that's probably my favorite upgrade on the steel balls. And I also just gave them range, so now they are more likely to lock on, especially on the fortress on the right. I know that the steel balls on the right were not really doing the job that they were supposed to do because they kept getting one-tapped by the fortress. But now with mechanical division, it might just one-tap one ball and then there are crawlers in the way, and the rest of the balls will lock on pretty quickly with the additional range. And the balls taking out the shields now. Opponent went for shields on the fortresses, but balls obviously really good against shields. Also a lot of chaff in the front, a lot of fangs. But now finally on the right, locked on, and the fortress goes down. The steel balls finally doing the job that they were supposed to do. And on the middle, steel balls also coming through. On the left, no steel balls left. But I still have my snipers there and the stormcrawlers, and they take care of that fortress. And yeah, just a couple of crawlers running around here and there from the steel balls. From the mechanical division. It's really good. It's really strong. Distracting the stormcrawlers, distracting the fortresses. So mechanical division, really good. Round 7, getting off a top supply, but I think it's too late. We both are already at below 2000 HP. I don't think it's going to pay off. However, I'm picking up a nuke. For some reason I had more issues on the left than on the right. The fortress on the left, the level 1 fortress on the left, stayed alive for longer than the level 2 fortress on the right. So I'm nuking left. And I'm upgrading some units. Upgraded steel bolts, really good. Taking way more damage, or have way more HP, and just kill faster, of course. And I clicked the additional range upgrade. And yes, I wanted to buy level 2 stormcrawlers, so they take out shields quicker. However, I accidentally clicked additional range instead of the level 2 recruitment. This was not good. Again, I had a couple of drinks before this match. And boom, nukes coming down. My opponent nuked in the middle and took out a ton of my steel balls that were all drawn to the middle. And on the left, I think the shield was still up from the fortress, so my nuke was pretty terrible. However, on the right, steel balls did their job again, taking down the fortress, and on the left, Stormcallers and Snipers also took care of the fortress. Just a couple of Stormcallers and some Fangs left here for the opponent. And even more spectators. People were interested in this match. I think it was probably at the top because my opponent is over 30,000 combat power. And they are at 474 HP. Giving some encouraging words to the opponent, because I don't think I deserved this win. Because I wasn't really 100% paying attention to everything. Putting down some shields, protect my Stormcallers from missiles. And I noticed that I'm weak to air spam, so wasps in particular, and that's why I'm picking up some Mustangs and I'm giving them range. They also help with the Fangs coming in, so I kept noticing Fangs lingering around everywhere, and if I can take those out quicker, my Steelballs and Stormcallers can actually do some work on the rest of the units. But yeah, I mainly picked those up for wasps, because I'm weak against those, and I'm kind of expecting, since this is close to the end, this might be something that my opponent can pull out of their head, basically, to take this round. But I'm prepared now, so that won't work. Also, Acid is off cooldown again, and I put the Acid again in front of the right fortress with the heavy armor. Last second I took a credit, but I didn't actually spend the money because I'm too slow. And here we go. No wasps though, by the way, so that didn't happen. Fortress on the right, not in the Acid just yet, at least. Mustang's actually helping with the Fangs, as expected, in the middle, at the on the right, and in the left. On the left too. And Steelballs with the additional range coming in, taking out everything that isn't a Fang, basically. And yeah, I'm rolling through on the right, taking out the tower. Acid doing a lot of damage to my own units here, but there's not a ton left for the opponent. And this is the game. GG. Should be enough damage. Yes. Very good. So yeah. Steelballs with range and mechanical division. Really strong. Both dealing with fortresses as well as distracting from the crawlers from the mechanical division. Overall, kind of solid game, a couple of mistakes, especially some misclicks and things I didn't think about or was too slow or something. Really noticed me not being 100% there. But anyways, was still a good game though, and obviously I won, so that's good. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more, like and subscribe and stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.